Girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick a card, and today I'm going to do what's happening. I like to do that at the beginning of the week, but it doesn't matter when you're watching it. It will be relevant or not, and if it doesn't resonate, let it go, right? Yeah, the hair is the total explosion. I thought we're going to leave it there, just not even good. No control over my hair. We know that anyway, so let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. So pile number 1, what's happening? Death. Yeah, very strong. Knight of Sword, 10 of Sword, inevitable. There is an ending, obviously, and a new beginning, a rebirth. So something that really, or somebody, or situation who has been extremely painful, that's it, it's done. It's over. The worst is behind you. You maybe had to go through this to open your eyes, and I'm sorry you had to go through so much pain, but we normally learn through pain. We do not learn having a cup of tea and a biscuit, as I like to say, right? We are human beings, right? But you've been through so much. Now you've been betrayed, you've been hurt, you've been disappointed. You tried everything to make it work. It just doesn't, it's just not meant to be, and you had to let it go, and that's fine. It's a lot of letting go here. So, of course, after a 10 of Swords, you have an Ace of Swords. So you have a new beginning with a clarity of mind. You know what you want, and you definitely know what you don't want anymore. It's no going back over. So it's a total rebirth. Something had to die in order to give birth to something else. So it's a metamorphosis. It's like caterpillar going to a cocoon. Maybe yes, you need to reflect and be kind to yourself and be careful with your wounds, and then you're coming out now of that cocoon and you're flying as a butterfly. Free to be who you want to be. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not going back to what you were before. You're not going back into a caterpillar. Unless a lot of things have changed lately. I don't think this is happening. This is not possible. You close that door. It's over. And then you give birth to a new version of you. Still a part of you. I mean, no matter how many versions you have of you, you're still you, but in a different form. You know, within the butterfly, there's some bits and pieces of the caterpillar, inevitably, they're linked, but they're not the same form, right? Good. So, what? As a result, Knight of Swords, someone is rushing towards you. I'm gonna obviously have a major arcana here, because just because someone is rushing towards you doesn't mean that you open the door. I keep saying that because a lot of people seem to return for some funny reason. Yeah, right. What? Be aware, people. You went through this. You want to go back? I don't think so. I trust you, right? So if someone is rushing towards you, what's the rush? What? Cool it down. What the rush about? It's all about the sword as well. It's about the mind. I would prefer something more sincere. What do they want? What is the rush all about? Okay. See what they have to say. Put that in order, Axelle. And then you decide. But maybe as well, that could be you rushing, because now you know. You know very much what you want, what you don't want. And you're not taking any prisoners. You're not wasting any time. What would you? You've learned the hard way, and now you give birth to yourself with new terms and conditions. So why would you go backward? Why would you go backward? So you're moving very quickly now with a clarity of mind that could very much be yourself, who knows exactly where to stand. Absolutely. And you don't waste any time, you don't take any prisoners, you are doing what you are meant to be doing, and with no apology. And why should you? So, tarot can be reversed. Keep that in mind and see what resonates with you. We're going to have a major arcana from the soul cards from my friend Lorente, and that might give us extra information, of course. So, what's happening? Pile number 1. Let's see. What's happening? Let's see. The world. How many times do we have the world for the last, months or something? There's a new beginning, a new cycle of life. You cannot go backward. The world move forward. The world keep moving. There's no brakes you can put on the world. Life carry on going no matter what. And sometimes it's painful to see people carry on with their life when you are hurting, because you're like, oh my god, am I the only one in here with that situation? No, of course not. But the thing is, you have to keep going. Life doesn't stop. And sometimes, yes, you do need to stop to be in that cocoon and get better and be stronger. But then you have to get out of that cocoon. You have to carry on. And in your own time, but you're opening a new phase, a new season of your life. This is inevitable. The world is also being recognized. People seeing the world of you. People see you very present on the internet. Maybe you set up your own channel, whatever it is, you're out there. Good for you. Good for you, right? So, pile number 2, what's happening? 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, Justice. Wow. Interesting. So that's very different from pile number 1, just not to blow everything. There's a lot of back and forth, but at the same time, I represent number 8, the infinity number. So there's something that you keep going back to, or something you're doing a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening, very busy, and it's never ending. My goodness, never ending. But in a good way. It's busy, but positively busy. But it's also, it could be a back and forth in a relationship that is not ending. That's okay. There's a lot of communication coming. Again, number 8. So there's something is ongoing, is unfinished, interesting. Communication now is much more direct, much more, let's move to the right direction together. Let's not fluff around, because being back and forth, enough is enough now, right? Let's communicate clearly what we want and what we don't want. Let's not fluff around. A lot of passion as well, obviously a lot of Wands. And the communication that's coming very quickly, very soon. And it's very direct, like that. Justice, of course, it's about balancing maybe, because it's back and forth. It's trying to find a balance somewhere in the middle. And also maybe signing a new contract, someone who communicates very clearly with you. We want to offer you that job, or you're buying a house, or you're signing some legal papers, or you have legal matters you're taking care of. And communication is very clear. And we're not fluffing around about it. It has to be sorted. And it has to be fair, and it has to be correct. Definitely. Very interesting indeed. But it's very clear, and I like that, because it's going to be sorted, no matter what it is. Very good. I think it's important as well to carry on this conversation. It's feeling like you have a lot to say to each other, or if it's with a boss, and you carry on talking, because if there's some kind of rearrangement of the contract, for example, let's keep the communication going, the dialogue, and then we can find a compromise. Very nice and peaceful. Like it. So let's have a major arcana from the soul card for pile number 2. What is it? Magician. Yeah, absolutely. You manifesting what you want. You do not want to be like wearing a mask, or having the feeling that you have to wear a mask in order to be safe. Sometimes like you go back and forth because you don't really know, you're walking on eggs sometimes, right? You can't be walking on eggshell. That doesn't work. That's not you. That's not your reality, and you cannot, consistently do that, because it's not, you can't do this a long lifetime. You cannot do this. So inevitably you have to remove the mask and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore that way. Not happening. So I'm discussing it with you, and obviously you respond. There's a dialogue, and let's make this proper. Let's create something that works for both of us, or for the company and yourself, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter which situation we find yourself here, but you manifesting what you truly want. And it has to be equal and fair and right. So good, because wearing a mask, we all do that to a certain extent. But at some point, you can't, you just can't. You have to be your true self. You have to be true to yourself. This is as well how you can be true to others. If you lie to yourself and pretend to be what you're not, then it cannot resonate with people, and eventually that breaks down. So you have to come back to yourself, go back to your truth. Can't be forced to be someone you're not. Be truthful to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I had a difficult period not so long ago where I had to take that on, and then that allow you to remove a layer and go back to even more of your truth, and that is even better. So I highly encourage that. But obviously everyone goes at their own pace. Everyone is different, so be gentle with yourself. That's very important. On this note, have a beautiful day, and I see you tomorrow. Ciao.